Oh, do I feel good today? What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not even close. All of the odds on the Early Edge provided by our incredible partners, the king of all sports books, BetMGM. Now, yesterday, really here at the show, a ho-hum day, but at the site, absolutely destroyed it. College basketball right out of the blocks, killing it. And, of course, Buckets here on the show doing what Buckets does, and that is just get those green check marks. He continues to be on his heater. Do not forget, every day except for Saturday is a busy day at the brand. Today, 3 p.m. Eastern time, me, our five-tool player, AB, EC, and my man Chip Patterson, our Week 11, can you believe it, college football mega preview. We discuss all of the big games and then give you all the best bets from all three guys for the week ahead. So with all that being said, what about the here and the now? Bring in the stars of the show. Because on a bounce back Wednesday, I bring in my absolute very best. Look at this. Are you kidding me right now? Amags, no cap today, Amags. What gives?
Nothing to tip the cap to today there, Coach. And no MLB, so I figured I'd switch it up a little bit. We've kind of put the hats maybe on the back burner for right now. We'll go let the hair out.
Oh, interesting. All right. So now Amags is moving. This is football Amags. Football Amags is no hat Amags. All right.
Yeah, wearing a helmet would probably be a little too much.
That's something like Buckets would do. You know what I mean? By the way, Buckets is in the chat. Do you have any questions for him? Champions League today? Put him in there. He'll answer them in real time. Speaking of Champions League, our man from just south of London, England, is here. He is the guru, Martin W. Green. We'll get to his dog of the day very, very soon. The counselor of cats, Sia Nejad. He is here. And, of course, the man who was sitting right here with me on day freaking 1 3 years ago in December of 2020. Of course, he is the maestro. Like very heavenly today. Larry Hartstein. Very heavenly today. Now, let's jump right in. Marquee matchups, gentlemen, and today, because there was no NBA yesterday. Weird. But election day, we get it. But here's all the matchups today. But we're going to go dog. Who's going to win on the court? Who shouldn't? But we're going to get behind that should. So, Counselor of Cash, I'm going to start with you, big boy. Where are we going today?
You know, Coach, I was going to go with the Brooklyn Nets here. But I got to be honest, I really like how James Harden has gelled with his new team. And defensively, he's been so good. Just kidding. Give me the Nets plus 155. Love that play. Listen, the Nets are super scrappy. Love what they've done just from a team standpoint in terms of the personnel. Not a ton of star power, but I'll take the lack of stars at home versus James Harden and company pretty much all day, every day. So give me the money line plus 155. Why not?
The other day in the third quarter, I looked, and James Harden was leading the team in scoring, and they were down 20. I was like, he must feel right at home. He must feel right at home. Counselor, Maestro, I'm coming to you. What dog are we following today?
Those Houston Rockets, they've won 3 in a row. They just humbled the Sacramento Kings in back-to-back games. The Lakers come to town. Anthony Davis, questionable with the back and the hip and the groin injury. We'll see if he can go. But even if he does go, they are pretty thin. They got a lot of injuries. And Ime Udoka has this Rockets team playing great defense. They've got good veterans now with Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. Although I wish Dylan Brooks would not have come out and said that he's going to lock down LeBron James. That's what you don't want to say before a game. But on paper, this Rockets team has a lot of promise. I think they're going to go over their win total of 31.5.
Just shut up, Dylan Brooks. My goodness. And it's the same night, Maestro, that the Lakers just complained to the NBA about the fouls that are not being called on LeBron. So what do you think is going to happen tonight with the mouth and with that complaining? He's going to get every call. He's going to get every call. We might want to bet LeBron James free throw attempts, which isn't even a thing really, but that's what we should bet tonight. Maestro, great information on the Rockets. Thank you. All right, Amags, we are spreading your said wings. No more baseball, big boy. We're moving into basketball and football. So what dog are you following in the NBA today?
I actually do really agree with the Maestro. I like the Rockets. And hey, when I watch the NBA, I like to watch the Kings. I just watched them get their butt whooped in back-to-back games by this Rockets team. So I do have to follow Maestro there. But if you wanted something a little bit different, I was looking at Tyrese Maxey's three-pointers and just how many he's been chucking up. So I don't mind a little play on the Sixers as well.
The Sixers, which just happens to not have James Harden anymore. They seem a lot happier, too. Joel Embiid seems a lot happier. Everybody seems a lot happier. Welcome to L.A., James. Welcome to L.A. Now, as you guys know, all the sports are exploding across all the different platforms. And here at CBS, my goodness. But it is Veterans Day weekend, and there is some big-time matchups coming up.
Friday, honor those who have served.
On a special night at the Naval Academy.
With some hoops for the heroes. Don't miss the Veterans Classic on CBS Sports Network.
Jeff in the chat says, Coach and the Guru with buckets in the chat. All the soccer gods are here. Truer words, Jeff, have never been spoken. Ever. Guru, looking you right between the eyes, big boy. Right between the eyes. Because today on Paramount Plus, Synergy, we've got a full slate of Champions League action. There is no bigger competition outside of the World Cup than Champions League, and we've got it at Paramount Plus. So here's all the numbers, Martin W. Green. I need a dog that I can really sink my teeth into today. Where are we going?
It looks tough, Coach. I must admit, there were 8 games yesterday and only one underdog cashed, and that was a shock win for Shakhtar Donetsk against Barcelona.
Yep.
I don't think anyone had Shakhtar winning that game. I think we could see another situation here today. All of the favourites look like they justify their status. I mean, Benfica really should be doing a lot better than they actually are. Benfica are a good team. They should easily go toe-to-toe with Real Sociedad despite losing to them in Portugal last time out. That looks okay at plus 360. I don't mind the look of Lens either. Lens going up against PSV in Eindhoven. PSV good going forwards, but they're very poor at the back. So, yeah, I could maybe see Lens pulling off a surprise, but I think there's more value today looking at some goals markets as opposed to the outright money lines. So, yeah, put your comments in the chat for buckets because I'm sure he's got a lot of over-under both teams to score, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting that you should say that because when I was doing my hashtag Next Level Soccer Capping this morning before the show, that's exactly what I was looking into, the goal market. It's crazy. It's crazy how we are always thinking alike.
Just great minds, Coach. Great minds think alike.
I know. Whether you're in England or whether you're in the United States, it's all the same when you're a soccer genius. By the way, Brian in the chat says, best crew out there. We agree. Also, so many of you are asking for more picks. Well, how about my man or woman, Lynn's Strud? Not sure. It says Guru and Brandt also have picks under the analysis tab. Where at, though? Well, at SportsLine. If you're not a member yet, let's do you a solid. Let's do it right here, right now. I'm going to give you 60% off. The promo code is Coach, and you can come be a part of it. You go to that analysis tab. You go under there, all kinds of articles, all kinds of picks there for our soccer. We're working on getting them game by game, but there's 60 leagues, 70 leagues. There's the QR code, sportsline.com/join, and be a part of what we're doing. Also, Buckets routinely will put his picks on Twitter as well. We've got them everywhere. You just got to look for them. All right, now, where are you going to place these bets? Well, you guys have been amazing. And I tell you what, new BetMGM customers can sign up today. Get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10, and you will receive $200 instantly in bonus bets, regardless of your wager's outcome, with bonus code EDGE200. That's bonus code EDGE200. Many of you have tweeted me and in the chat says, Coach, what about existing users? I can promise you, I'm looking at you right now. We are working on it. We are having meetings, and we are thinking about you. That's what we're all about. So give us just a little bit more time. We're working on it. I promise. Because we want to have fun too. We want to have fun too. All right. Sia Nejad, I'm coming over to you. Because last night it was difficult, right? Mm-hmm. We're down 21-7 at half, feeling like we're out of it. 21 straight points. We're up by 7, getting 3.5. And then they show the graphic. Central Michigan, the second best team in the country, and not losing fumbles. Won all year. Only one team has 0. And they lose a fumble in the fourth quarter. And that was our downfall. We lose by 10 and lose that bet. But that doesn't scare us. We're coming right back to Maction tonight. Start us off.
Yeah, if you thought Central Michigan was an ugly, uncomfortable dog, buckle up. And by the way, Coach, not only
Yes.
did we lose that fumble, but prior to that, we went for a 46-yard field goal, which is very ill-advised on 4th and 3. The game was in our hands. I really can't believe we didn't have the cover, but that's matching, and that kind of comes into my play here. I've got Kent State first half. We're going first half Sia. We're going matching. Kent State plus 6.5 first half. Now, this is 5.5 in some places, and if it's 5.5 at your book, I think I'd hang on tight a little bit because I think Bowling Green is continuing to take money. At the very least, if you wait, you'll get 6. But I promise you, it's 6.5 at some books as well. Kent State only has 1 win on the season. They're at home here. It's not a very good team. Let's just be very clear there. Also, their star receiver who really flashed no pun intended, flashed last week, he's injured. McCray, he's going to be out for the season. With all that said, Bowling Green has an injury that I think is really important. It's Terrion Stewart. Terrion Stewart is a game-time decision, but based on how it looked last week, I was watching that game. I don't think there's any chance he's playing in this game. That's just my hunch here. If he's out, I think this offense is going to struggle for Bowling Green, at least as it pertains to the first half. I think they're going to struggle getting going because Connor Bazelak, the quarterback for Bowling Green, he's just not very good. And even against this Kent State defense, which is very bad, I just don't think they're going to score a lot of points. And if you look at the total in this game, it's only in the first half, it's 20.5. And I'm getting 6.5 points to the underdog here. That's the type of scenario I want. If it was a 30-point total, this would be a completely different story. But with an expected low-scoring game and a plus 6.5, listen, both defenses are very bad. The offense kind of got going for Kent State last week, at least a little bit. Granted, that was with McCray, but the lack of Terrion Stewart, the relying on Connor Bazelak at the quarterback position, I just see this being a tight game in the first half. I'll take the 6.5 points from the 1 win, Kent State.
Yeah, but they played Akron tough late into the game last week. I mean, they've been playing some tough games. Let me ask you this, because if I buy a half a point up to 7, I can get it at minus 135. Would you mind that?
No, I don't mind that. I think that's a minus 135 is a fine number from a juice standpoint. Like, it's really interesting, Coach, the way this line is moving, because we've seen the first half line go from 5.5 in some places to 6.5. It actually was at 4.5 a few hours ago. It went up to 5.5 at other books and 6.5. So this is one of those where it's kind of like dancing around. I don't think it'll touch 7. So I do think you'll have to buy that half a point. But especially since some of the books even still have it at 5.5, I think buying that half a point to 7 makes a lot of sense on a 20.5 point first half total.
I want you all to go back and watch the last 2 minutes of this show, because everybody always asks me, Coach, how good do you have to be? How good do you have to be a part of the crew? That good. Next level. That's who the counselor is. All right.
Coach, can I add something? I'm sorry to interrupt. One more thing.
Yep.
I just want to tell everybody, this is an ugly bet. And I promise you, whoever takes this, we are on a very lonely island on this one. You're not going to see anybody else touting Kent State first half. I promise you that. But I'm actually proud of that. But I'm not playing this because of that. I'm not playing this to be contrarian or be different. I actually think this is the play. But I'm just letting you know, this one's ugly. It might be like grit your teeth, watch the entire first half. But I think we will cover.
Oh, my God. Hey, Maestro, if you're not going to bet this game, I'll bet it for you. And then we want to watch you watch this. That's what we want. We want a Maestro watch. All right, I'm going to make the bet right now here live on the show. You're not on the island by yourself. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm going to make it right here, right now. All right. In Amags, you had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful start to your SportsLine career. A great first 6 months. You came in right at baseball season, seamless part of the crew. But now you got to prove yourself, big boy. Now you got to step out of your comfort zone and into another world. And I am here for it. I have all the faith in you. So you're up next. Where are we going?
Well, Coach, I was doing a little bit of value hunting here over the last couple of days, trying to find something for Thursday night football that we could sink our teeth into. But with Justin Fields still being in flux, whether he's going to play or not, a lot of the props on the Bears side, because I do like the Bears, a lot of the props on that side just aren't out yet. But there is one that I found some value in on one of the major books out there. DraftKings FanDuel had this much lower, but it's DJ Moore to score anytime. You get him in the revenge game, it's at plus 250. And I think that at that plus 250 number, there is some value to play him, even if Bajent does play and Fields isn't, the one out there. Just with Moore, like I said, revenge game, say what you want about it. I do think he'll have some motivation here, and coming off of last week, he gets away from those good corners out, against the Saints. I think there's a spot here where he can score. And then secondly, I wanted to, I don't know if I'm going to go full sniper mode with giving you an MLB future way out, But I will give you a pick that's a little bit further out, and it's on Sunday here. I'm looking at the Lions game. We just saw the Chargers in New York. Now they got to travel back across the country. You get the Lions off a bye here. I think the Lions are a much better team. So I took them on the money line at -135. I really think that even if you played it up to -140, it's fine. You could even find some -130s out there maybe. That's a good number. So with the Lions just off that bye, like I said, I think there's a good chance that they can even just walk this Chargers team. The Chargers have looked good, but it's against the Bears. It's against the Jets. When you see them playing against actual solid teams with good defenses like the Chiefs and, who was it they played before that? I think it was the Cowboys. Both those defenses, man, they're only under 20 points. I do not think the Chargers have it in them to beat the Lions. And the reason that I want to touch on this game is because something Sia said in the game on Monday night against the Chargers. They have been torn up against tight ends, and that middle part of the field has just not been somewhere that they can defend. I think Sam Laporta, he's great, this young rookie. I played him. I played him a couple weeks ago on the receptions and receiving yards. I'd like to do that again here against the Chargers. I think he can have a big game. So once those props come out, make sure you're looking for him because, like I said, Laporta is somebody we can watch this week.
I like all that information. However, I got a little distracted because somebody in the chat was running his mouth. Any guess on who that might be? Anybody? Yes, counselor.
Is it buckets?
Ding, 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 ding. You did get it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, what is he running his mouth about? Well, he couldn't just let Amags just slide into the NFL season on his first day without calling him out. So, Amags, buckets wants the Chargers. You have the Lions. Are we going to do a show chat with the crew member showdown today?
Hit the music. I don't think there's anything else to say. I will absolutely take that. We're on the money line? I don't have to cover the points?
No, you don't have to get. No, it's the bet that you made. So he does this. He does this, and he loses all the time. So he has the Chargers on the money line. He doesn't want the points. He just straight up, he thinks they're going to win.
Absolutely. Hit the music.
It's gonna be a showdown.
And to confirm it, he writes money line, baby. Yes.
Bucket seems very confident. I want a piece of that.
Oh!
I want a double showdown.
Oh, all right, Bucket. If you want a double showdown, put it into the chat. Just write double. That's all I need you to write. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Come on.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's no double showdown.
There it is.
He got it in. Time. I'm going to call it. Wait, challenge flag. Look at it. Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right. We got a double showdown money line showdown. Yeah. All right. Will says, Coach, he got it in. He did. Both feet, in fact. Oh, we've never had a double showdown with. Oh, I'm blown away right now. All right. So Amags, Maestro, you guys are together. All right. 2 separate showdowns with buckets in the chat.
And Coach, if we lose to buckets, I probably will not be showing up Monday morning.
Wow. I respect that, though, because I probably wouldn't either. Oh, my goodness. He's so full of himself right now because he's hitting every single play that he makes. It's just like the dice he rolls. And, yes, if you're new to our brand, Buckets rolls dice for his picks sometimes, and they hit. It's the most bananas. Oh, I am blown away. I'm so excited right now. All right. Sia's done. Amags is done. And we were just talking about Buckets and Guru and everybody. But here at CBS, boy, not only do we have the Champions League, but we have Serie
The Scudetto, where the soul of Italy meets the pinnacle of calcio. Catch Serie A on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount+.
Josh in the chat, happy birthday. Shout out to you. Thank you for rolling with us. Now, we have 2 plays for SportsLine itself before I get to the Guru. And Kenny White, off to a phenomenal start in college basketball. 6-0. And we're going to play FAU tonight, -5.5. They return all 5 starters from last year. You want more of that information? Go read his article at SportsLine. Then we're going to go to the NHL. Our man, Matty Severance. We're going to take the Golden Knights, -130. Now, I'll read the first couple of lines. Sure, the Kings could win this. They could. But getting Vegas, only minus 130 at home, has to be played. LA is way better than I thought it would be without the injured Victor Arvidsson. You want more of that? Go read it at SportsLine. All right. Guru, things just very much got off the rails, but I know I can count on you to get us back where we need to go. I don't know if Buckets is going to challenge you, but I'm ready for it. All right. You're up.
I hope he does. He seems to have more money than he knows what to do with at the moment. I'm just going to say I think Bayern Munich are going to win Buckets. So if you want to do a showdown and have Galatasaray, right, showdown, and give me some money because I need some of it. But I'm looking at the slate of games today, and I must say I've never really seen less of an appealing slate of Champions League games. I struggled to find a single pick I liked. In the end, I found one. And I'm looking towards Austria, where Salzburg are hosting Inter Milan. Inter battled to a 2-1 win against Salzburg 2 weeks ago. The Nerazzurri had 17 shots on goal in that game. They ultimately sealed victory after Hakan Çalhanoğlu scored from the penalty spot. They will qualify for the next round with 2 games to spare if they can beat Salzburg in Austria again this week. They're coming off a 2-1 win against Atalanta at the weekend, scoring lots of goals at the moment. Meanwhile, Salzburg beat Tirol 2-0. They're top of the Austrian Bundesliga team. Both teams are scoring lots of goals. Both teams are stacked with attacking talent. So over 2.5 goals looks good to me at minus 126. Looking ahead to tomorrow's Europa League games while I'm on the show, I think Liverpool should be able to secure a pretty comfortable away win against Toulouse, finish 5-1 to Jurgen Klopp's side when these teams met a fortnight ago, and that really highlighted the golf equality between them. Real Betis really should beat Cypriot side Aris Limassol. They beat them 1-0 on the road 2 weeks ago. They should prevail again when the teams clash in Spain. So I'm just combining Liverpool and Real Betis for a really simple 2-leg parlay. Great odds for me, minus 107.
I will ask one very simple question after that last 90 seconds. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Now, we have arrived. And every single day that this man is on this show, it is his spot because he started this spot. So as I look at my notes, I am fired up. And I got to tell you, Maestro, there is a team in Indiana that I've watched the first few games. They're fun. They score a lot. They play fast, and they have a dynamic point guard. Do you like them tonight? And who am I talking about?
I love those Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton to take it to the Utah Jazz, who have been terrible on the road this season. I think a couple of those wins that they got early had to do with teams coming to the altitude in Salt Lake City and not ready for it early in the season. But on the road, they've lost all 4, 3 of them by blowout. The Pacers have an electric offense, one of the top 3 in the league. Both teams are bad defensively, let's be honest with that. But Walker Kessler, the center for the Jazz, is questionable. But even if he plays, I think it's a great spot for the Pacers. I'm just going to fade the Jazz because of how bad they've been on the road. And then tomorrow night, NFL, Jaquan Brisker for the Bears is back practicing in full. This is a dynamic safety out of Penn State, second-year guy, led the team in sacks last season. He's all over the field. He's their best run stopper, their best tackler, I should say. And Eddie Jackson is back as well. So they have their starting safeties for the first time since week 1. With Eddie Jackson playing the free safety, that allows Jaquan Brisker to play a lot in the box. The main concern is health. You know, is he going to last the whole game? He was out 2 weeks with a concussion and a separate illness. But if this guy plays the full game, I just love this over 5.5. That injury risk is built into this number, but I'm still going to play it. Jaquan Brisker over 5.5.
And I love that BetMGM allows us to make bets like this, kind of out of the norm. They've really expanded their choices there. So we love that. Maestro loved that second play. And I love the Pacers tonight. And I always love the over. I played the over with the Spurs the other night, and they were at 145 at halftime. It's crazy. They play so fast. Martin, a couple for you. What do you think about Napoli on the money line? That game starts at 12:45 Eastern today.
Yeah, I think Napoli win that pretty comfortably. I don't think the odds are very good. I think it's like minus 200 or minus 250 or something. But yeah. I think Napoli wins. Yeah.
All right. What about Bayern on the money line?
Oh yeah, definitely. They should beat Galatasaray comfortably. I think you need to give both of them a handicap. Give both of them a spread. Put them together for a little parlay. Yeah.
Oh, a little EC special, perhaps. Napoli and Bayern. Never know. By the way, Buckets has a Bayern tattoo. True story. True story. All right. Yes. Yes, counselor. What do you got?
Well, I noticed that Josh Raymond tweeted at us. He says he loves the show and that it's his birthday. So I want to give him a birthday shout out. Happy birthday, Josh Raymond.
Yeah, the same shout out I gave 30 seconds ago. That Josh?
Did you really?
I did. But hey, 2's better than 1.
I'm channeling Buckets.
Thank you.
I'd also like to say happy birthday, Josh.
Amags, would you like to wish Josh a happy birthday? Go for it.
Yeah, happy birthday to Josh. And you know what? If there's anyone else out there in the chat with a birthday, happy birthday to them too.
You too. Maestro, bring us home, kid. Say happy birthday.
Josh, happy birthday. Have a great one.
Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here's a recap, courtesy of the Snake, always on the 1s and 2s. Sia Nejad, the counselor, he's on the first half. Kent State plus 6.5. Don't mind buying it up to 7. Little extra juice, about 20, 25 cents. Then Champions League all over the place today. We're going to go Salzburg, Inter Milan over 2.5, minus 126. And then a little money line parlay, Liverpool and Real Betis, minus 107. Then Amags dipping his toe into the NFL pool for us. Now, DJ Moore, Thursday night for the Bears, anytime touchdown, plus 250. This man is a beast, and really their only weapon that could take it to the house at any time. Then Detroit in LA this weekend, 50 miles from where I'm sitting right now. Take them on the money line, minus 135. We have a double showdown with Buckets against the Maestro and Amags. Then the Maestro's on Pacers, minus 6.5 tonight in the NBA. And then Con Prisker over 5.5 tackles and assists, minus 137. Then 2 plays from SportsLine itself. FAU in college basketball. Kenny White off to an amazing start. This is one of his picks, minus 5.5. And then Matty Severance in the NHL. And as the Maestro has told you, we have a new NHL capper starting. As soon as he gets on board and gets comfortable, we'll be bringing his picks to the show as well. But in the meantime, do not forget, 3 p.m. Eastern time this afternoon, our Week 11 mega college preview. And there is drama in college football right now. Will Michigan be eligible to play in the college football playoff when it comes? Will they have discipline? Who knows? Will Georgia or Alabama? A lot going on. Tune in today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire crew, Lobo, Amags, the counselor, the guru, of course, the Maestro. Don't forget about the Snake, always on the 1s and the 2s. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. Boy, do we grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here. Early Edge. Good luck.